It's Friday, heck yeah.
Sit up straight, stop touching your faces, moisturize, drink something. Do whatever it is you've been neglecting to do for a while. Happy Friday, everybody.
Woo! You can say that again. I am so happy it's
Yes.
Friday.
Hello, Martinat. Congrats on being first. Nice.
Heck yeah.
Hello, honest psycho. The little GIF makes me move too fast. If I keep this up, then my face is gonna be as red as my shirt.
And I bet as well. How are you doing today?
Also, as always, when I forget to do this before the stream, look at my hand and focus with me. Whoop. I swear, this is the last time you get to see me refocus the camera on us. I'm gonna actually make a piece of paper that I'm gonna glue here where it's out of sight for all of us. It's gonna say, change the camera settings so that the green screen effect works. I need to do this before every stream because I don't know technology. Turn on the lights because I forget those sometimes too. Refocus the camera. I knew I forgot something.
That sounds annoying.
But this way, every time you get the completely pointless shot of my hand. Also, congrats on being second, I bet. Deserved.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Does anyone have any plans for this weekend?
My dad, spending time with my family, unfortunately. My dad has something that he picked up during his vacation like a week ago that he wants to give to us. I'm not sure what it is. I'm super happy I'm getting souvenirs and stuff, but...
I'm guessing marmalade. That's usually what he brings along.
He wanted to come by on Monday. He told us that in the weekend. We told him on Monday we're both not gonna be available until 4. Then at 2 he sends me a message, I'm on my way now. I'm like, that's awesome, but I can't open the door for you. Why not? I'm like, here's a screenshot of our conversation. I told you won't be there until 4. Oh, but I'm already on my way. I'm like, I hope you have keys. No, because I'm already on my way. That's a you problem. So we rescheduled to Saturday. Then yesterday he told us he can't do Saturday because he's already got plans. Then he asked for Sunday. No, we asked for Sunday.
No, he asked for Sunday.
He asked for Sunday, but I'm not gonna spend time with my family before a stream. It just drains me too much. And now somehow we're still meeting tomorrow for dinner.
Well, yeah, because he's gonna do stuff with your grandparents anyway. Then they were supposed to have dinner, and now we're invited for dinner, and then we might as well take care of it as well. Because we also, if we wouldn't do it this weekend, we would have to do it next weekend, and next weekend we're on a vacation.
Yeah.
And the weekend after, we're also not back yet. So that's not a good idea. And Ranger, happy Friday as well.
And happy 3rd. I'm not quite sure what that 3rd is, but
always
congratulations. Yes, I blame Eli. Maybe if Eli was allowed to type already, he would have an easier time reaching the keyboard because I think he's already taller than you. How are you doing?
How's your Friday coming
Tifa,
along?
sit like a human.
I am sitting straight. I already sat straight.
I saw what you did. You did.
Yeah, but I was already sitting straight. So thank you. But I am sitting straight.
If any of you have ever outside found a caterpillar, that's kind of how they move in real life sometimes. Like when they try to like scare other things because they don't want to be eaten. They like get on the last little stretch of their body and then they like wave around a little bit. It kind of looks, in my experience, to what Tifa just did. But
I mean, I would absolutely be a caterpillar, or I was a caterpillar in a previous life, probably.
You do have a caterpillar body shape.
Yeah.
Also, take off your glasses for a second, please. Don't move. This is yet another eyelashes stream. She lost 2. And I'm pretty sure if I didn't get rid of them for you, they would have found their way into her eye eventually. That's annoying.
Probably watching Livia play Astro's Playroom again. Has she not 100%ed it yet?
Didn't you also buy Sonic Frontiers? Did she already start playing that?
Olivia a Sonic fan? Has she ever even played a Sonic game? I don't remember.
Yes, she is, I think. What other Sonic game did she play? I remember you posting a picture of it.
You already 100% of the game.
Sonic Frontiers.
No, Astro's Playroom.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that's impressive. Because I remember like Skinner and Benjima being angry at, I think, the third part of the game or something, third island, something like that. I haven't played the game myself.
Hey, sometimes you just have a game you really love and then you don't want to play anything else.
Yes, Tears of the Kingdom.
Astros it is.
Yeah, I gave her Sonic, but she totally ignores it. One day she will play it. And then she can talk with me about how amazing part of the soundtrack for Sonic Frontiers is. And how great the game is with everybody that has played it.
She has plenty of years to build up a backlog. Yes, it's fine.
That is true. It's my best game ever. Aww. How old is Olivia by now? I want to say 3, going on 4. But I'm really bad at remembering how old people are, including myself. 4!
Yeah, same.
I was
4
partially
right.
5. Yes. Ooh, doesn't that mean it's like time to think about the school and stuff? When does school start? At like 5, right? 5 or 6, I think?
Don't. Oh yeah, already starting. Don't ask
me. They're making me go to school. What are they doing? I slept like 9 hours tonight. Why do you make me yawn?
I slept for like 3, 4 maybe.
Would you kindly stop sabotaging our streams by having your body refuse to sleep at night? I'm beginning to take it personal. I think all of you should as well.
Honestly, it was kind of annoying. Like, we had the window open. I left it open on purpose, get some air in at night.
Yes.
But with every single little sound, I like half woke up. But it was like when you wake up, but not fully, and you're like in this dream thingy, and closing the window was not an option in the state I was in. So I just kept waking up like every half an hour, every hour.
And you never considered in the apparently 20 times you woke up, hey, this is the 3rd time, the 4th, the 5th, the 10th, the 15th time. I should close the window?
Well, I told you, I wasn't like fully awake. I was like in this annoying state where...
You're often in an annoying state.
Where you don't really get up like that.
Okay, so the plan is tonight we close the windows.
Yes, that was going to be my plan.
And then tomorrow you're gonna tell me that you've been too warm to sleep.
No, I don't think that will be the case.
Had a 4th birthday in May. I remember that because her birthday is the 4th of May, no? Hence the Star Wars thing, that's how I remember. Kindergarten is at 5 years old, waiting to move in to start looking at the schools. Nice. Nice.
I wonder how she's going to like school. Do they have video games there?
Where's Astro? I wanna play Astro. I don't remember myself enjoying school as a little kid. There was a time when I enjoyed school, when I was like... Actually, wait. No, I'm lying, I never liked school. I just... No, do you not have that sometimes when you think back to a period of your life, or like a vacation or a trip you went on, like some period of time, and you're like, oh yeah, that was kind of nice. But that's because you remember like one thing that you enjoyed, and then you think more about that time frame, and then you go, actually, nah.
Everything before high school was kind of nice.
See, with me it's like all of school was always something I didn't like.
Yeah, of course there's always something you don't like, but it's like, oh, like, don't like, let me be sick, I hate it here, kind of not like, or just like, I don't want to be here, not like.
Nah, I think I can safely say I've never enjoyed school, or I don't recall ever enjoying school, I think is more accurate, because it's been 15 years since I graduated, and it's been 29 years since I started school, so there's a bit of a time gap there. Very excited to sign all the paperwork next week. Oh yeah, you got the stuff done to get a house, right? I remember seeing that yesterday when we both hung out with Skinner.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Congratulations again on
You actually got a house now, so you need to sign for that house, or like to start...
Sign the paperwork.
Looking. Yeah, but sign the paperwork for a house? Or...
Yes.
Okay.
Bad. If I recall correctly. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
How is the new house? Still like in the same area? Completely new area? Bigger? Bit smaller? How's
Tell
the
us
garden?
everything about your house.
Everything.
Except for the address, because this is the internet, so maybe don't put that out there. I did school so much until my parents made it more important for them for me to do well. See, the weird thing from my school career was my parents always instilled it into me that if I'm good at school, that's important. So I became kind of like the wise ass kid very early on, because I figured, hey, if I'm good at this, then my parents will show me love, right? Which is not good parenting if you ask me. In hindsight, I don't think it was a good idea. But at the same time, they never really seemed to care. Like when I came home with my report card and I had good grades, they're like, yeah, nice, congratulations. Like they were happy about it for all of an hour, and then life moved on, you know? It's like...
Well, that's kind of normal. I mean, how much do you want them to celebrate?
It's not about the celebrating part, it's about the whole my grades being a topic. I would imagine if they actually really cared about me doing super well in school, they would have done stuff like, I don't know, help me with my homework regularly, discuss the things that were happening in school with me, show more than just surface level attention to what was happening.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, those times are over. It is what it is. That didn't scar me for life, but, you know, not quite the same in a way.
We get approved on Wednesday. Oh,
nice.
How did I miss all of that? We get to sign all the stuff next week, about a 20-minute drive south of where we are. Okay, nice. So it's absolutely in the area. Much bigger than where we're at, and a backyard.
Nice.
Wait, doesn't your current place also have a backyard? Or no,
no, that's the state they live in, Tifa. It just looks big. Parents said the only way I can have value is that I need to be a doctor so I can be rich and take care of them. So everything had to be 100 or I'm grounded.
Lots of pressure from people who never made it past 8th grade. Yeah, I get that. Then they put like all your hopes on you, and then you have to carry the family there.
Yeah.
I actually had like those goals for myself. I always wanted to be like a trauma doctor. And I was pretty well on my way there, but at some point, like shit just went. Man, my motivation for school completely dropped. I was absent 75% of all classes.
Still graduated?
No, I failed. I had to get a level lower, then I graduated that.
Yeah, but you still graduated in the end, so...
Didn't really feel like it anymore. And then I was like, bloop. And then I was like, you know what, I don't want anything to do with people. I'm gonna go become a animal caretaker. And that also didn't really work out. Since obviously I'm not an animal caretaker right now.
I mean, in a way you are, because you're taking care of me.
That's true.
Some people might call me an animal.
Life can go in weird directions sometimes.
Yes.
I was sort of a trauma doctor in the army.
So halfway there. Fair enough.
You need a trauma doctor for yourself.
Yeah. I remember distinctively throughout my earliest life stages that I have memories from, I wanted to be one of 3 things. The first thing I wanted to become when I was grown up was a robot. Don't ask me exactly how I figured becoming a robot would pay bills. I didn't have a concept of that back then.
You can become quite popular with a robot concept on the internet, or like...
I remember playing a lot of Mega Man and being a fan, so I figured I want to be a robot when I'm grown up. So that was cool. Never happened. Then I wanted to make video games, and then I wanted to become a teacher. And I have fulfilled all 3, I feel like. In a way.
Also, what's a color commentator?
Kind of like everything we're doing while streaming. with commenting on things to try to make them more interesting.
And the dude in the yellow is wearing brown shoes and he's walking to the south. And oh, there's a guy in orange coming right at him and he has some black stripes on him. No, I'm just kidding. I
mean, it's not exactly about the colors. It only occurred to me now that you were talking about what. Oh my god.
Color commentator. You know, I'm gonna talk about the matches.
Yes, looking at the sky, it's a beautiful shade of azure, kind of going into a deeper blue with some off-white eggshell-ish clouds off in the distance. Doubt it.
Also, I still remember trying to stick an IV in this guy's arm at the back of a bumpy truck in the middle of the night. I missed a couple times. The fact that you only missed a couple times is quite nice.
Okay,
Hey, even nurses in a hospital miss a couple times sometimes on a very still bed.
So I'm gonna tell a short and slightly traumatizing story. I will have my arm raised while I tell you this. Once I raise my arm, the story is over. If you don't want to hear it, now is your chance to bow out for a second. I had to go under anesthesia like a couple of years ago for a procedure, for a checkup. And to do that, they injected me with the stuff that makes you fall asleep. I think, based on my experience, it was the first day of that nurse in that practice. Because I remember it took her 13 attempts to find the vein. At any point, I would have been more than happy to just, I don't know, do exercises with my hand or something to make my veins pop out. They didn't tell me to. They didn't want me to.
You could have already done...
Because I was so nervous about everything happening, I just followed instructions. Which I think is the smarter thing to do when you're a doctor. And sometimes, when I think of that, I still feel her stabbing me, and it took me everything to not pull my arm away. Story time is over.
Injection for anesthesia? That's quite common.
Yes.
I don't know what an aerosol is, a pill?
Where they put
like
the little breathing mask on you, and when you inhale and then go like, count down from 10 for me. I'm not gonna fall asleep. 9, 8.
That's usually, or from what I know, that's only used for operations where they actually have to like cut you open and stuff. Like the bigger OPs.
Operations. Yeah. I don't think in the English-speaking areas of the world they say OP.
Anything else is usually just injections like that.
Ask what they gave me for leg surgery. I think, I do not know, but based on what I've seen over here, it's like Tifa said, with like bigger things where they first give you the stuff to make you like fall asleep and then they inject you when you're already out.
I remember getting an injection too when I had my wisdom teeth pulled. Like I was so scared back then to get it. I did the option to pay extra to like knock me out during it.
Please make me unconscious.
I do not regret that at all. It was absolutely great.
Good. I mean, mission successful. Right?
It was worth paying the extra money for that.
Ah, no, my arm tingles. Shouldn't have told the story.
It's the only time I've ever gone under for my leg operation. No clue how it works. Yeah, same.
If I don't ever have to do it again, I'm happy with that. That was a strange experience.
The only
thing I slept really well.
Don't like is like these local
anesthesias.
Yeah. Like usually you get those like when they cut birthmarks away. And I've got those several times and usually that stuff burns. Like that is...
Yeah. I mean,
and it's like not nice.
Yeah.
Fody,
thank you for the resub. How are you doing? How is Diablo 4?
No, we love you guys. How's Beth doing?
How are you doing? How
are you doing, of course, as well?
Yeah. Anesthesia for my wisdom tooth, it was still uncomfortable. Imagine though, if you needed anesthesia in the roof mouth.
Therefore, I pulled all 4 of my wisdom teeth at the same time.
You had all 4 removed.
I had all of them pulled
you didn't
at the same
pull them
time
yourself.
By the dentist, like all 4 of them. And I was kind of nervous about it because I heard a lot of horror stories from others about it. But honestly, it was like piece of cake. Like after it was pulled.
You were put under.
No, but even after it was pulled, like it didn't hurt. Only the next day I took like 1 paracetamol at some point because it was a little bit throbbing. But that was it. Like the day after it was all fine, couldn't still eat everything, but it's not like dying. Just speaking was a bit hard because my cheeks were swollen.
The weirdest thing still for like the weeks after they removed them was the
holes.
The flesh valleys in her mouth.
I kind of miss those.
I remember having to help you a couple of times, like spouting water in there to get it out. That looks weird.
I miss those holes.
Like,
it was quite interesting.
This is not against the terms of service, people. Don't misquote this. Tifa, I'm happy with the amount of holes you have. Yes.
It's kind of funny, eh? Like I wish I took like pictures of how it grew closed every day.
Did you take pictures when they were fresh?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I'm shocked.
Shocking.
I'm shocked as well, but it's kind of hard to take pictures of that.
You could have asked me to take pictures with your phone inside your mouth. Imagine somebody like putting their phone like halfway in their face.
Yeah, I do kind of regret that.
Also, the game is great, and me and Beth are having a blast playing together. Good.
Oh, nice.
Very happy to hear that.
Is it? I already forgot again. Can you play it together?
Yes.
As in together?
Mm-hmm.
It's multiplayer?
Yes.
Okay. I keep forgetting. I think
Life
I
is decent.
ask someone every week.
Work still sucks, but meh. Yeah. Good thing it's Friday. Being fun with Beth on Diablo is one of the most entertaining times in video game memory for me.
I'm glad to hear that.
After especially the launch of Diablo 3, you deserve a good video game in life.
Then that's true. And it's even better that you can enjoy it together. Gonna take a break from stream for a while. That is fair. Gotta take care of yourself.
Exactly. Definitely. Custom ASMR. I'll do this one. just for you, Rainier. So many holes. There you go. You're welcome.
So many holes. Like, holes that aren't supposed to be there are kind of fascinating. Like, I still remember the holes I had in my arm after I had my piercings pulled out. I once, as a teenager, had like a really big blackhead on my nose, and my mom like basically slapped the shit out of that thing and knocked it out to give a short...
Wait, the blackhead on your nose was so big your mom decided the best course of action isn't to pop it, but to start fisticuffs with it?
Basically. Like, that's the short version of how it went. Basically, she beat me up and then popped it out because that thing hurt like a motherfucker. Regardless.
I don't like the phrasing that she beat you up.
It left this super big hole in my nose. But those things are like kind of...
Your words, not mine.
Kelly and I found the Untitled Goose Game. I don't know, it's satisfying. So happy we found an actual couch co-op game. The Untitled Goose Game. Why does that sound familiar? Isn't that something Foggy has played?
I don't recall, but I remember us wanting to still play with at some point.
Oh, that could be. It sounds so familiar.
Honk. Yes. The goose you play normally is not the kindest creature in the world. I'll show you afterwards.
Oh yeah, can do.
Yeah, Goose Game is great. Yeah, that's what I hear.
Didn't play, but it's cute as fuck. Didn't you play something with a goose though? Wasn't that the game that you had in your profile picture?
I know what you're talking about.
Didn't that have a goose?
Dungeons and Geese.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
Deep cuts. Deep cuts. Yeah. The only unwanted hole I have was from getting shot with an aluminium round in the nose.
Oh, I can imagine the dent that would leave. In the nose though. Oof.
I'm sorry you went through that. That sounds like the kind of thing that removes your nose, but yeah. Oh no, my nose hurts because of it.
Goose Game is great. Okay, I gotta check it out. I'm sure I've already seen like a trailer or something of it. Because like it's there in the back of my mind, but I can't put my finger on it.
It fully lodged into my nose, I had to pull out with pliers. Ah.
I hope one day that doesn't happen to you.
I feel that.
But if it does, I want to be the one that pulls it out. I got your back. If it happens to you, which of course we're not hoping for.
Is it a good idea to tell all of you that like whenever I read a story like this, I kind of feel the pain on my own body? Like I'm very susceptible to that. Like that gets to me immediately. It's not a good time, no. When it hit my neck, just bounced off somehow. Yes, that is very, very lucky. Yeah.
That probably would not have been very nice.
You're too emphatic. Apparently, I guess, if that's a symptom of that, honestly, if that's the reason, I'd like to be less that way, because I don't like...
I feel like I'm that too, it's just that sometimes excitement gets in the way.
No, there's no excitement with me when it comes to this. Like, I'm super happy to like be able to try to put myself into the other person's shoes and like feel for them, but I don't need to feel it on my body. Like, could do without that part. But hey, whatever helps, right? Talking about helping,
that is true.
Tifa, would you like to remind me, yourself, and the rest of the world about what happened the last time we played Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney?
Yes, we are still in episode 5. We
Correct.
thought a double murder actually happened in our case, but that's not what happened at all. In fact, it is just one murder, still of Bruce Goodman, I think his name was.
Yes.
Turned out he was killed at the police station in the evidence room, from what it seems like, and from there somehow got moved to the parking lot where all of this happened, and we still have no clue why, and we're trying to figure out how this all came to be.
That's what we believe. The police still thinks that Bruce Goodman got killed in 2 different places at the same time. Yes, that's how inept they are. Yes, yes, they did. There were 2 murders, and the victim of both murders is the same Bruce Goodman. Yes, that is actually what they said. Which should give you an idea of the level of competence our colleagues in law enforcement have in this video game. I forgot to set up a game, please don't tell anyone.
You're gonna be fine. Someone is lying here. It's Jack.
Yes. Yes. And Genocide Jill did it. That would be an amazing crossover event that still needs to happen.
Beep.
Beep. Can you take...
Beep, 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 beep.
Can you take your fake lie detector away, a bullshit detector? I'm holding the only true bullshit
No. This is
detector.
That is like an old version that just goes off or whatever and it's been claimed defaulty. This is the true bullshit detector.
Tifa, you can literally tell how this is the true one, because when I'm using it on you, it goes off, and it goes off so hard, it is changing my speech. This bullshit detector used on Tifa has the capability to change sound waves. This is the true power of this thing being used on Tifa. It's not me doing this with my mouth. It's time and space being bent around Tifa activating this thing.
And yes, Ranger, the reason nothing gets solved is because Frog Detective isn't on the case. If Frog Detective was on the case, all of these cases would have been done in one stream. Hey, excuse you.
Correct, what she said. Yes. I miss Frog Detective. They should make a fourth one.
Also, I wanna say that the German plug that we have at home is missing.
What?
The butt plug my mom gifted you.
First of all, how is it a German plug?
Well, it's in Germany, it's a butt plug. I mean, it's the non-TOS version.
Oh yeah. You don't know about that story.
Long story short, my mom when was that, last year? I went to like
Honest Psycho,
expo
just for you,
with
because
my mom.
Tifa is already stumbling and we need to go through this. Jay, just enough information. Exactly. So listen to this. Tifa and her mom decided during one of our previous vacations, hey, let's go to this lifestyle fair expo kind of thing. So they went there. They looked at different products that people sell in the lifestyle bracket of economy, like cocktails or earplugs to sleep better. One store gave away dildos and butt plugs. And
the butt plug was
my mother-in-law
was like the main prize in like this raffle.
My mother-in-law won the lottery that day, won a small butt plug, and when they came home that evening, they both approached me, and my mother-in-law told me, I have a gift for you. And then she handed me the butt plug.
It's kind of been laying.
And I wanted to be subtle and just leave it there when we returned back home to Germany.
And then
but
my
Tifa
mom went, my mom, when we left, was like, don't forget the butt plug. And then I was like, oh yeah, I gotta pack it.
True.
And we took it off.
What in the fuck? That's how that happened.
And it's been, I just threw it in the bathroom at some point and it's been laying in front of the bathroom window.
For everybody to see.
Yes. For like weeks, I think, at this point, months. Just
I don't plan on doing anything with it, yeah.
Yeah, but then at some point your dad came over and he wanted to go to the bathroom. And so then I was like, wow, I'm gonna get the butt plug. And then I threw it somewhere and I have no clue where it is.
She thought that, she didn't say that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Struggling to see the problem here. Yes, it was very nice. She found an item that she believed would brighten my day and she gave it to me. I don't believe that is the kind of gift I ever wished for, but it's the thought that counts, so I appreciate the being gifted something. Yes, and well, this is how I came into possession of such an item.
We can wrap it and return it to her next week.
Tifa, there is... Listen.
It's still in its original packaging.
Listen, on like my life ranking of things I would like to do, receiving a butt plug from your mom was very low on the list. Giving your mom a butt plug, surprisingly, is even lower on that list.
I mean...
I thought about it for a split second, but no, yeah, it is definitely lower on the list. So if you ask me, in this particular instance in time, Tifa, I would like to keep the butt plug.
Things I thought you would never say.
Yes, same. But given the circumstances, I believe this is my best course of action.
Anyway, that's a quick story on how we got a butt plug.
Yeah. You shouldn't re-gift, you should find her something fancy. No.
Keep one upping her.
Nope. Nope.
That is actually not a bad idea. I kind of like that.
Then you can go by yourself. I guess in 2 weeks it's gonna be a week of solo streams because I'll be spending my vacation here and Tifa is going to the Netherlands. That's cool. I already paid for my ticket too. Nah. Start the game, please. Oh, look. Tifa, would you like to take over? Give her one of those diamond encrusted. No, I don't think I will. It's sweet how you give it so much thought, but...
That sounds so not nice.
On every level, yes. Mostly,
basically.
Mostly emotional. For me. Yes. Oh look, video games.
Oh, you can say that again. Hello, I would like to buy a butt plug for my mom. Don't worry, it's a gift.
Can you wrap it?
For your mom, huh? Like what every kid says when they walk into a store. We were done talking to this guy.
Yes, also this is the chief of police. He's fishy as hell, and I forgot where we were last.
This is the face I can imagine Psycho is having right now.
Yeah. It's Friday. Thank you for that clip, Ranger. I'm scared of clicking on that.
Pink glasses, evil, absolutely.
Yes. Pink means you murdered someone in this game.
He is definitely evil. I forgot where we need to be going. Do you remember?
I believe we wanted to go to the room with the evidence.
Oh, the evidence room. Where was that? Through here. Guard
there.
Station.
And no.
Wait, maybe if I examine?
I doubt it. Hello Evie, happy Friday. How are you doing? We've done all of this. I believe we should go back to Gant, the chief of police, and talk to him again and see if we still have any evidence we can get him to talk about.
No, before we ended last week, he even said where we needed to go.
Did he?
Yeah, he did, but I don't remember.
In my defense, it's been 6 days. I don't recall.
He absolutely did. Okay, let's just talk to him again.
Cool.
I
feel like I need to put a seizure warning before this video when I upload it later. With Tifa just flashing the screen over and over to go to different places.
It's not that fast.
Feels like it.
Let's quickly go through the last thing again to see if he mentions it there.
Detective got killed, yes.
Oh
Here we
yeah,
go
there
again.
you go. They was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time.
Great police work.
This case is so confusing. It absolutely is.
It's not really confusing. It's somebody murdered somebody and they are trying to put us on the wrong track.
I guess.
Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him.
Yeah, but not him, no? The chief of... The one he was picking on. But where did that one go to?
They were talking about the chief of detectives.
Yeah.
You just skipped through all of the text.
Yeah.
How was I supposed to follow?
And where...
I tried.
Yeah, and then she was like, oh, let's ask him about it. But how? Or do we need to give him stuff?
I would say go through the evidence that we have.
I thought we already did that. But fine, let's go through it again.
I was wondering, could you take a look at this? No, sorry, Ryder. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there. The busy one.
The guy who can't sit still? Oh, that's who he meant. Detective Gumshoe. Oh.
Either him or the dancing blue badger.
Oh, so that's where we need to go.
Try it. There we go.
Wasn't I there already?
I bet this is something stupid like an identical twin. I don't think we're gonna go there because that would be kind of too trope-y, I guess.
And we only have one body.
I think it's gonna just be that Marshall killed him. The competition in question was whether Beth would finish Metroid Dread, she's at the final boss, first, or I would finish Anonymous Code, which releases September 8th first. My money would have been on you if I had known about the competition.
I thought Beth already finished that game.
No.
Or did she still take a break because of the thumbs?
She just didn't beat Ravenbeak yet because that fight is pretty tough.
Oh, she's still on the last boss, okay. How are Beth's thumbs, by the way?
True, tell us about her thumbs, Foot. Let's give him the benefit of a doubt and say he's dancing. So,
okay, but he's not here.
Yes. And what do we do if we don't see the person that we're looking for? Go to the law offices? Maybe he went to our... No, he didn't. Thumbs are functional all as well. Are they healed? If there is such a thing as her condition being gone, I guess?
Well, I think sometimes just
if so, that's nice.
Taking a break.
Even if she's just doing better, that's also good.
Okay, we've been here, we've been here, we've been here, we've been there. Where do we go? Where do we go?
How about, Tifa, you stop being a headless chicken? I'll just take the keyboard away from you because this is getting annoying for me to watch. And we start at the beginning. So, nothing to talk about. We're supposed to find Gumshoe.
Yes.
At least that's what he's saying. Maybe he's trying to throw us off. How about we start with Goodman's note? And that's the same conversation as before. Okay. You showed him the attorney's badge or Goodman's ID?
ID card.
Okay.
Nice try.
I hate it when the game changes the buttons on you. Okay, it's not that either.
If you were Detective
Press the button again.
If you were Detective Gumshoe, where would you be?
I could honestly not tell you.
Gonna take a call from our lender, you
Say
go
hi
get that.
to them from us. No, why do I keep pressing enter? It's the E button, it's even on the screen.
And then you say I'm the...
No, listen, the annoying thing is, you don't see it on this like part of the screen. But if I now press the E button, nothing happens. Now you gotta press enter, but when you're in the court records, and if you press enter, you look at the item versus using it.
Excuses.
Yes.
But he literally says, I'm true with all of that stuff. So he's not gonna accept any of it.
Yes, and how do we magically make a person appear? By progressing the game. How do we do this?
But I think we've already done this, and this way we unlocked more of the conversations last time.
Potentially yes, but you've also literally just gone to every place we currently can go to. So, unless you have a better plan, I'm gonna finish going through these items.
Examine, maybe?
What do you want to examine?
The room. Have we already examined this room?
I don't think we have, but we could do that as well. After I'm done going through the evidence.
I mean, usually it's because we need to examine something and we haven't yet. Or they want us to check a room.
No, in the normal circumstances, I wouldn't just go with a trial and error brute force kind of way. But given the track record in this game, sometimes I want us to do things that I couldn't think of.
Well, we need to recheck the guard room. Wasn't there something with the... Oh, the camera! What didn't Miken say everything was recorded? Maybe we have to go back to the guard room and check the computer again.
So you think now we're gonna actually do something about that?
Maybe.
Because last time they didn't.
But now we have something that mentions it.
Nope. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here.
There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. Then do it. Go.
Yes, Emma. Would you kindly do that then?
Woo, press button.
Oh my god. So how do we make Marshall appear? Because I guess that's who we need. Can we... No. We can't use items while examining, because I was thinking maybe we should use the ID card on that door, but that is not an option.
No, if anything, you could examine it and then it would probably go like, hey, look at this.
Okay.
Because I remember Miken telling us that everything there was recorded.
Yes. Hey, wait, you haven't checked the police sign.
We have. I always get excited when I come to a police station.
Same. My favorite thing about going to a police station is if there's nobody there. Why is that?
It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Yeah, we've already done this.
Huh?
You know, with all the police and criminals.
Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting.
Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. And I was just like, oh, they're probably talking about the latest bust. And then it turns out they're talking about the weather.
Funny, I thought they were talking about... You remembered something. So you can't tell me what it is we need to do, but... Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective.
This is also not new.
Answer me. How many fingers do you see? Patrolman?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
That's 20 for the left, but nowhere near that for the right. Get glasses, officer.
That wasn't a salute, it was an eye test.
They make a good pair.
That
That was entirely pointless.
Here.
Wow, I thought it was true in-game dialogue. It was actually. Also, hello Nifo. Happy Friday. How are you doing?
Everything he said.
Okay, we have...
If anyone knows where we should go, I'll take the hint.
Did I show... Wait. Did I show the lunch to Gant?
You gave everything to Gant.
Because I would like to know where Marshall is. I have apparently. Okay. So, let's go with your idea. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, a lot tidier than I expect.
I like how we come straight into this open office. We sit down like it's a library and just go through all of these files while everyone's just doing their thing in the police station.
That's what you do, right? That's also what everybody does who lives in a village in any RPG ever. When suddenly this stranger that we've never met before comes bursting through the door, goes through all of their private belongings, occasionally takes stuff from them and just leaves.
I'm gonna try that at a police station next time.
Please don't, because I would like you to not get arrested.
Like, oh, can someone tell me the password?
I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Very insightful, thank you.
Okay, I don't think we've actually examined this room yet.
So, this is the police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force.
The design's a little changed from the one outside.
Oh, well, the dancing Blue Badger, trademark, is still in development, you see.
You have it trademarked? That makes sense.
Absolutely, it's cutting-edge stuff. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. Don't show her a moving mock-up outside, man, he will give her nightmares.
Have you gone to the detention center yet? Yes, we have. We spoke to Meekins and we're done going through all of the options. Wait, no, first examine this room. We haven't examined the room yet.
I will go there after this.
Office, I saw it in a video game. You're not allowed to arrest me. This video game is based on true life cases and all of this actually happened and it was just fine.
We're currently examining the gentleman sitting on the top left of the screen in the beige suit. This must be one of the officers. Gee whiz! Really, Phoenix? He's mumbling something to himself. I know, the killer used a cassette tape. What a crafty trick! That gunshot was a fake. This is good. No one will expect a cassette tape in this day and age. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. Thank you for spending my tax money properly. This guy looks like he is like playing online games or on a not safe for work website and trying really hard not to be found out.
I mean, absolutely can. I bought the game. 2 minutes into it, I remembered the maximum dialogue volume I can tolerate is somewhere close to a retro Super Mario game dialogue. So now this game's collecting digital dust.
Oof.
Well, maybe at some point you'll feel like it or think, hey, I can absolutely try it now.
Yeah. I'll try to lower it, like on your speakers.
You'd be surprised.
Oh, I'm sorry you had to see that.
What exactly did the chief of police want you to do?
Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here?
Of course not. Well, except for this.
What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it.
Also, why is she shocked when we're the ones that also keep things we find on crime scenes?
Because it's okay if we do it, because we are the good guys.
True.
Also, Motonot, I love you right now. Try clicking the dudes in the background. Yes. The person he told us to talk to is this guy.
Yeah, it was him. Also, I told you to examine the room.
If you were so sure that that was the best course of action, why was it that it only started happening when I was playing?
Because I told you to examine it and you were like, oh no, I'm leaving.
Once again, I'm currently in possession of the keyboard, so I rest my case.
This is not... We have video evidence.
It's a lost report. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete.
A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something?
The date on it is February 21st. To make a note of that just in case. Goodman's lost item report, a half-written document dated, I want to say 2/21 when I see it written like this. 21st of February, can only be submitted to the Chief of Police. Alright. I should really be getting back to investigating the police department crime scene.
Oh, and now we can go back to the thingy. Did we already check everything? Just
everything that mattered, clearly. And who solved this problem? Martha and Jack.
Excuse me? I'm the one that told you to examine the room because we didn't. Actually, I'm not even going into this. Why do I? I'm not gonna bother.
You sound a bit defensive there, Tifa. It's okay. We all mess up sometimes.
You shut up. Does that mean we need to examine again? Video feed, light blinking, recording, check on who.
Nope.
And still nothing. Hey, now we can at least check that thing. Evidence room is beyond the door. It won't open, and now we're gonna use...
Same as last time. I think we'd need someone's permission to go in there first. Yes, if only we would be able to find that person who can give us permission.
Go back to the police station and try Gant again. Let's have a look.
Oh wait, now we can show him the half-written report? Maybe that's it?
Let's see if he has
I honestly...
permission to enter. Thank you.
Is it this convoluted in the later games as well? This is giving me borderline Snatcher throwbacks.
A little bit.
Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor? Well, I never thought the day would come when a writer asked me for help.
We've known you for like a day, not even.
Less, 12 hours or so.
Less than a day.
Less than a day.
Less than a day.
I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. This broad, like... How do you get your mouth to go this wide? If you exaggerate that, you kind of get the Grinch face. You weren't there yet, but I feel like if you can push that up there...
I can't.
Nah, it looks like you bit into a lemon. Rise from the Ashes has good parts of the later games with the insane logic of the original game. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take that. Now, righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Like if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give him $50, no problem.
Can I borrow $50?
So go ahead. Investigate the room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
It just goes to show you never know until you ask.
And for you, here, you can borrow this.
Hey! This is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
And that's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Then why does it say Bruce Goodman on the card?
Because they're recycling the same
It's
card.
blurry, but I see that it's the same graphical asset, Capcom.
It is. Well, this way they don't have to make two. Yes, sir! It's an honor!
You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. Yeah, please leave.
It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. Lapel? Lapel?
I think the word is lapel.
What's it stuck on?
Why are you putting me on the spot like that? It's like those are lapel mics or lapel mics. I can't say words. It's like a clip-on thing. You seem
lapel.
happy. No, you seem happy. Lapel.
Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go to the evidence room now, sir.
I think this place is a bad influence on the girl.
Yes, it is.
And at my tender age.
I like how this place is so unlogical. Like you go in, then you're in like this reception area, and then to go to the next room, you need to go out again.
To go into a different room on the inside, you have to go through the exit and then back inside.
Basically. Oh wait, now we can just move, I would think. Oh,
no.
Maybe not. So we first
now you need to examine the door. I bet. Yeah. The evidence room is beyond that door.
And we have the ID card from Chief Gaunt.
Gaunt?
Gant. Let's just walk in. Oh, it won't open.
Aha! The card reader is turned off, see?
What is that security guard thinking? Hey, look what we found.
It's almost like he did it on purpose. Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my Bambino's guys go grey?
And there he is. Don't we have a lunch to give him?
Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him, look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon.
How does this guy still even have a beard?
He has...
He should have like one bald spot.
He has a condition where he has super heightened beard growth. You know, it's like in comic books, like Wolverine and a couple other characters have like super healing. Mm-hmm. He has that with his beard.
That has to
He needs to shave every 12 seconds, otherwise it just gets all bushy. Well, look who finally decided to show up for work. Yes, I don't like this guy.
It was about time. Grows his beard by sheer force of will.
And he always wills it.
Like the assassin in the SpongeBob movie. And at some point he just like pushes his mustache out.
His mustache?
Mustache.
I couldn't tell you, I don't remember.
What? You don't remember the SpongeBob movie?
Nope.
And we're watching it for breakfast tomorrow.
I guess.
We're here to investigate the crime scene.
Yeehaw! That con you got around your chest. That's better than the sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeah.
Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. Crime scenes are waiting. Beep! Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions?
I remember exactly. It was a great part in the movie. That SpongeBob movie was too good.
Is that the Now That We're Men part?
Yes. No, it comes after. The Now That We're Men is with the fake mustaches, yeah. But later on when the assassin dude, I forgot his name actually.
No spoilers.
Okay.
Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres.
Also, thank you. Now I have like, Now That We're Men. We can do anything.
Secret tunnel.
Now that we're men. We are invincible.
You're busy, Ben?
Yes.
Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Give him the food first.
Oh. I was wondering if we could talk to you.
Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie.
Aren't you on the clock?
Gunslinger loading his 6-shooter, I say a little prayer. What was that sound?
The sound of his stomach. He's hungry.
That sounded like a cursed Korok from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Ah, that's the squeaky stomach sound you can make.
It sounds like a door needs to be oiled.
Yes, the squeaky stomach sound.
I'll take it.
What was that all about, Mr. Wright?
I think he was just too hungry to talk.
You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either.
Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Give him the food!
Hey, now you got new lines. Since when do you complain about that?
True. So you did this on purpose to make up for all the times you skip my lines.
Exactly. Like when I give you lines, you complain. When I give you new lines, you complain. Like, is there...
I was trying to reach the button for her. She pressed the wrong button too. I was trying to get her to press the button so that we can continue, but...
But there's
E,
no...
Tifa, E.
There's no E.
Are you talking to him or are you...
Oh, you're
presenting? Yeah, thank you. Remember,
now
that's
there's
two different
an E.
things. That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this for my baby?
Yeah, Miss Starr.
What's this?
What? What's wrong?
A filet steak lunch, I see. I see.
I don't see. Wonder what it means.
Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. She is talking to her contacts through food. The same way she was using different lunch boxes to communicate certain things during the trial. Like when she hates you, she gives you the pepper fish guts thing. The same way she sends him a Salisbury steak to tell him something. It's not just food, right? I'm not overthinking this.
That's pretty smart. I think you might be onto something here.
I am pretty genius sometimes.
Yeah, sure. No way! From Texas? Who would have thought?
Mexifornia, to be exact.
I wasn't getting Texifornia vibes at all.
Alright, Bambina, you win. Yes. Anything. This is my wolfing things down sound. You're welcome, everybody. Finally, it seems like.
He's willing to talk.
I mean, he just Kirby inhaled a lunchbox. I hope he's willing to talk now.
Or she's just a crazy lunch lady. No, I think
there's more to it than that.
Might actually be correct here.
I think both are correct. She is a crazy lunch lady and she's talking encoded messages through food.
These two absolutely have something to do with the murder.
Yeah, he did it.
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Oh, that poor little Doji. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong, calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look like it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know?
Understandable. If I were to get demoted, I would probably cry for a while and then quit my job.
Yes, but that... I fully feel you there, but if you're still working in the police force, I would still like you to care. And he is implying that I just don't care. Which...
I can understand.
Kind of clashes with the whole to serve and protect idea.
It doesn't matter where you work. That's not a feeling you can just, like, shake off.
Yeah, maybe don't just demote him. But...
Well, it depends on the reason.
Who would hire a Texan if not the Japanophonic police? Good thing he is not Texan. Also, that's racist.
He only saw a documentary, apparently.
Exactly.
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
Is that the cactus? Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they're sneaking next to a steak, you know? Texans are a race confirmed. Then what is the proper term? Statist?
I thought everyone from Texas and Florida were considered their own race in America.
Nah. But now that you brought it up, true. The whole racist thing, even if you... I mean, racism in itself is already dumb enough, but how do you call it when you don't like people from other countries? Xenophobic. Yeah, true, I always thought of that more like an umbrella term. Yes. but true. Oh, if I use xenophobic instead, I never need to think about the actual details, because aren't they all xenophobia? Martinati just made my life easier.
Well, that's one way.
I like it.
Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. He already said earlier that he got demoted 2 years ago from being a detective.
I feel like we've had this part of a conversation multiple times by now, but yes.
Kinda.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of a crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved on the record books. It smells like a bad game of poker. Can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
There's some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right. The evidence transfers. I also have to keep doing this to my chin to try to do the voice. I don't know why. Ashraf was talking about the transferals too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Yeah. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well...
I feel that.
I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with mistakes. Easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Was that the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned? If nothing happens, the tape's automatically erased every few hours.
And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they one of those tapes?
I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing.
He probably doesn't even know how to play the video.
Yeah, I don't think so. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card.
We already got it.
That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. That's handy.
What was our number again? 189 at the end?
So this is the ID card record.
Hey, I've seen it somewhere before.
So, Bambina, can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Because it's Bruce Goodman's ID number. Maybe there's somewhere I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing.
Also, can we talk about how the killing was done in that room? To get into that room, you need to use an ID card.
Yeah.
And then the entrance records have nothing to do with the case. It literally says who went into that room, at what time, and who came out probably as well. Like, how is that unrelated?
It's almost like somebody is trying to cover up something.
How is it considered unrelated so far?
Yeah, it's not.
We have a videotape here that actually shows the murder.
Of a person that got murdered in the trial you're currently doing.
Do you think we need this?
Nah.
We'll leave it. We'll leave it.
Definitely not. It's a coincidence.
I don't get it.
Let's talk about transferals. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. We're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate him if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever and then they go vault with the country sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transfer is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead.
How long was the...
2 years ago.
No, but how long is a court thingy? 5 or 10 years? What was in the previous cases?
If you didn't use the word thingy, maybe I knew what you're talking about.
What was it in the previous cases? How long can a case
The
still be
statute
open?
of limitations in the murder was 15 years.
Then how can the evidence, if a case can still be reopened, how can the evidence be locked away?
That case was not closed.
Oh, after a case is solved.
I think. Yeah.
But a case solved can still be reopened if it turns out...
I would think so, but not in Japan or California.
Fair.
Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. How about before... Try to move? Yeah. How about before we go in there we take a short break?
Sounds like a plan, just in case. I will also save.
It's not a bad idea. Smart.
I know, right?
BRB.
BRB. And we're back.
Yes, we are.
Back to the evidence room.
Back to life. Back to reality. February 23rd, evidence room, sector 3. Also,
if you hear rumbling, that's not our stomachs.
Yes. We had Salisbury steak. I mean,
that's thunder.
But yeah, it's thundering pretty loudly outside.
Yeah.
If we're suddenly gone, our apartment building got struck by lightning. Let's hope that doesn't happen. It's quiet. Investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Hey, there's Gumshoe.
Whoa! Was he locked in here the entire time?
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
No, I like a man going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? That we wanted to borrow $50 from Gant?
No, that we got permission to go in here.
Yeah, it's true. So Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50? Even me?
Never mind.
I told you it was about the money.
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of investigation for today. Just for today. Boss for a day. Wait, that's
boss for a day.
But guess what? You got permission from the chief. So now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you want to have this. Evidence room floor plans. Okay, scene of a stabbing of a detective at the police department.
Okay. Let's talk first.
Check those out first.
Or
how about that?
Check.
It looks like a weird type of piano.
Looks like a room with big Lego blocks.
Or that. Or that. Building blocks. Lego is trademarked.
Sure.
Nothing, Tifa. Please. Just don't go along with what I'm saying. Just.
But what is there to go along with?
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I know that. But still, so.
I will stop trying to make conversation with her. Looks like an L to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Also, I thought it would also have the location of where the person got stabbed, but it doesn't really say anything.
The L stands for Latifah.
So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
I don't think underlings is the term HR would like you to use, Emma. Just a hunch. We're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of your investigation. Again. I'm adamant though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? No, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Wait, so detectives have lockers in the evidence rooms that only they can open with evidence of their cases?
That sounds super illegal.
That sounds so weird.
Yeah.
That only you can open. Like, confusing.
It doesn't sound like that should be a thing. I always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right?
trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today.
I see.
I guess it's what you call fate. Mr. Ashworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case.
But we already got it. Never mind.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed that only one detective can open it.
But why?
Using their ID card?
Good thing we still have the other ID card on us.
Well, that's the thing, Pearl. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, Pearl. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint.
That's an annoying beep.
So the only locker we can open is our own.
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest models. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it...
Bzz, you get a shock.
Zap.
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
That sounds like something they should know about, honestly. But wait, that's a clue again. Also stop skipping that. Only the assigned detective can open them.
Let's... what, did you want to present something or can I examine?
Do whatever you want.
Then I'll examine first.
Start somewhere.
I still think this is so weird. Like what in the case of Bruce Goodman? Like he got killed. Who's
Hey look,
going to
it's
open
our
his
metal
locker?
detector.
Oh
Probably.
yeah, true. And the fishing pole.
Oh yeah.
That's the door we just came in through.
Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out.
Okay, so it only registers who went in. I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside.
Let's hope he remembers we're in here. Talking about that, go to the court record for a second. So we have Goodman's ID.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we see his picture, right? We didn't get a second one in the court record item list.
No, because it's not evidence. The second one is for us to carry
so
as
we
a
can't
visitor.
even compare them, making it clear that there's also two IDs. Okay. I was thinking
But there are
that
no
might be
two IDs.
Why not?
Because we have a guest ID.
Yes, but given that they use the same graphic for the guest ID as Bruce Goodman's ID, I was thinking maybe now technically we have Bruce Goodman's ID twice, implying that it is very much possible, even with those door sensors, for Bruce Goodman to be in two different places at the same time according to the police.
No, that makes no sense.
Having a copy of a card makes no sense to you?
No, not in this situation, because they already said they gave us a guest card and this is just... I'm not gonna call it laziness, this is just...
Yeah, but what
laziness
if
to just copy
Gant
the thing you already have.
didn't give us a guest card, but just one he had laying around because, you know, there needs to be somewhere we can attack the case?
No. If you lose one, a new one gets made. They don't make copies, that's not safe.
Oh, but saying that the person died twice in two different places when it's the same person makes sense?
Your logic makes no sense.
ID cards should look like any other except the name. Yes, and
Yeah.
the number on them. And they also have pictures. But yes, without the identifying details, they should look the same.
In the game, it's more trouble than necessary for that one guest card to make a completely new one.
I think that was intentional.
It was not. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner.
I specifically looked away from you to make it not so obvious. But your opinions today are trash.
You are trash.
That looks like a car door.
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away.
Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing.
You call them human profiles? I would have just called them targets. But He's been shot square in the forehead.
Well, human targets are illegal.
I'll give you the same energy you gave me earlier. Wait, wait, wait. No.
Yeah, my jokes are funny. Yours are like... better him than us.
Please tell me we don't need to check every single one individually.
Probably not.
There's something sticking out of her.
It looks like a shirt. Guess it must be evidence for some case. Let's rip it.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, Pearl. Making me out to be some kind of slob. I was responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too.
I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either.
If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, Pearl.
Sounds like my family. They do that a lot.
This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams.
I'm not so sure about the dreams.
Well, I see a dream of fishing, of finding gold in a mountain, of backpacking through the countryside.
Wait, wait. No.
It won't open.
Do you really think it would?
Hey Pearl, our security is high-tech around here.
Well,
Thank goodness we don't need to check everything. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here.
Excuse me? Bulky equipment? You literally beeped Fun Karma with that thing. How can you not remember? What a sorry looking fishing pole that is.
Why do some people feel... Why do some people feel the need to come into a room and talk down about things?
Well, it is kind of a sad fishing pole. It doesn't even have something to like pull up your wire.
It's also funny that the fishing rod in the picture on the left doesn't bear too much resemblance of a fishing rod on the right.
Well, just the color. It's a bamboo rod. Oh wait, and
They look completely different. The only things they have in common is that they are stick-shaped with a wire attached.
No, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it.
Wait, I've seen that somewhere before.
Right, Pearl, that's that metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gold Lake, remember?
Oh, right. Wow, it feels like it was ages ago. Yeah, it does. We're kind of slow. And I don't think I've seen this one before.
I'm not sure what that is either.
But I've seen you before. Hello, mommy. Happy Friday and
Egg.
egg. That looks very cursed.
That was kind of how I can imagine this writing to be.
Yes, but also with like 16 different voices saying egg overlaid over each other to make it sound like possessed or whatever. Yeah.
Like it's dark, you lay in bed, blanket up until your chin, there's some flickering under the window or
and
under your door that you can tell.
Egg.
Egg.
No.
Oh right, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later.
A bug sweeper. That looks kind of... Can you even see the mouse on screen?
I think this is about insects, Tifa. It's about, you know, bugging devices.
Oh.
You know, like little microphones.
Yeah. That makes way more sense.
Possessed egg. Yes. It's the tsundere egg that watches you sleep at night.
Basically. That's slightly creepy.
Yeah, very much so. A cheap looking box?
You can't judge a person or machine by the cover, you gotta look at their heart.
Yes, why are you also judgmental, people?
That thing is surprisingly big, by the way. Do I slide
I've heard that line before.
Oh.
Sorry, too easy not to do it.
It's a bloody locker.
What's this? Blood.
It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint there.
It looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room?
We should use her testing fluid to check it out.
Let's first check everything and then do the squish squish.
Sorry, what?
The squish squish.
The what?
Squish squish.
Yes, we should.
This one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
You know, it's also connected to his heart, so the moment he died, the locker opened.
Oh, it's like some weird Davy Jones locker kind of thing. Oh, I get it. It's like connected to death and stuff. That's weird. I don't like it. Detective Goodman's locker.
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we close it.
It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere.
A glove. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Oh, it's the SL9 glove.
And that glove is the opposite hand of the one from the handprint on the thing. See, left hand glove, right hand fingerprint. Unless, and this is where my criminal genius comes to show, unless the handprint is also a left hand, but backwards. Highly unlikely, but...
That could also be...
Yes.
No, she's wearing two gloves.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if she was only wearing one or not. Someone left a glove here, but only one.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe?
There you go, Pearl, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know.
You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Rubber glove. Tagged evidence from the SL9 incident. Extremely thin rubber glove.
I like how they kind of moved the evidence, because first they had to hang up the crime scene thingies and then they put the glove on top of it.
This way this is posed here makes me read it in Tifa's way. Crime scene, do cross.
Oh, we have permission, but only at this spot.
I only read it like this. It's not my fault.
You have a point. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Oh, there's more blood on that.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? Why is it always his fault?
You'd almost start to feel bad for him.
There you go, Pearl, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, Pearl. See the sticker on top of the pieces there?
No, I do not.
No, I don't either. Another piece of SL9 evidence. Take a closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke.
You want to try to put it back together?
Ha! Good luck, Pearl. That's a job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
Don't you have special departments who do stuff like this?
I would think so, but... Can someone tell us what happened in that case already? No, everybody
it's not
has
going to happen.
Some reason to not help us.
It's not going to happen.
In Gumshoe's case, it's that he's incompetent, mostly. He sometimes has his moments, but overall he is very not helpful.
So far, in every single trial, we do some investigating, but we don't, or no one tells us about the case, and then during the case, we just solve it and just throw out some theories about what might have happened.
I want to, after we're done with these games, I want to look into how police people felt about these games. Because the Ace Attorney series is quite big, right? I mean, otherwise they wouldn't remaster and port the games to newer platforms and stuff. Like, they are known. They're not like Super Mario, Zelda levels of sales, but people know about Ace Attorney. The amount of crap
that the police does in these games.
Well, the police seems kind of redundant in this game.
I mean, from a gameplay perspective, I understand, because if a police
We're the heroes.
was as competent as I wish they are in real life, they have all the evidence, and then it's a clear-cut case. And then Phoenix Wright wouldn't have anything to do. But I would like if there was a bit more competence on the police part, and we still get to do our video game thing, but...
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting breasts in place.
We get the
Oh
puzzle.
god, we do it.
Okay, this is the top. Oh, no, we have to do it by rotating. That's annoying.
Yeah. Why not play as a detective? There are spin-offs. I believe in the Miles Edgeworth games you play as the detectives. I think. I mean, it's called Investigations, so
this
maybe.
Is how I move it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you still play mostly as Miles Edgeworth, but maybe you help the police? Something like that? I don't know.
Oh, we are helping the police right now. Okay, this is the top bits.
Why are we allowed to touch anything?
This one goes on here.
If the police were more competent, most of our clients wouldn't be arrested in the first place. Yeah, and then the game wouldn't happen. That, unfortunately...
Oh, do I need to rotate this? Oh no, it's
You
not
could
this
try
piece.
that.
Wait, it's this piece.
What makes you think that? No.
Like this side here, isn't that?
Clearly not.
Okay, wait. How do I rotate the other thing?
By doing what is written on the screen, Tifa.
Oh, she's going back.
I'd rather you don't go back.
Oh. Oh no!
It's no use, these pieces just don't add up to anything.
Maybe some of the pieces are missing. Let's just try to put as many of the pieces in as place as we can.
Maybe I'll give it another shot later.
I just wanted to know, how do I get back here?
You examine it again.
I just
No.
want... Oh wait, that's the thing on the ground.
If I want to play around with the pieces again, should I look at the pieces?
Oh, no.
Or should I keep looking at the locker?
I mashed.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
I wanted to turn the main thingy.
I don't think you get to do that.
Yeah, I did that earlier.
Yeah, when you put in a piece, the game decides which piece you put when.
No. Here, you get to decide which piece. Now,
Oh, okay.
which one did I put in first? Not this one. This one goes on there.
Okay.
See, now you can turn it. Well, I could turn it only for a second. Now I can't anymore. Now I can only rotate those pieces.
No.
Okay, which piece is on the side?
Oh my god, Tifa, give me this. This is Skyward Sword, Tifa trying to open a door all over again.
Well, I would like to turn this thing around because I think this piece is, or the first piece is all the way on the other side.
Wait. Doesn't make sense.
I don't think we have the piece for this side right now.
I hate how we turn things. It's making my head hurt.
Yeah. That's from the top.
This is the top.
Yeah. But you see the red... Oh, now you got it.
That did not look like it would fit at all. Look at me speedrunning this.
How did you turn this thing?
With my buttons.
Yeah, but how do you turn it now? No, you can't anymore. It's the first piece.
Your first piece.
If the police were more competent, most of our clients wouldn't be arrested in the first place. Oh yeah, that's what we just had. That was the longest call where I felt like I learned nothing. Nothing was accomplished. No new information was passed, and it could have been a one-sentence text email. Extroverts, man. Oh, it's one of those things where they keep talking and don't take a briefer, and you're just listening. And it just
Calls
keeps
like
going.
that frustrate me.
That's how your dad talks.
Yep. Calls like that frustrate me. Ha!
What is this? A face?
I have no idea. But who solved it? Me.
He was more excited to tell us he was going on a vacation.
That's also very important.
It's like you had to do with this dude like once, and he's like, "Hey, did you know?"
Hey, cool, bro. I just want to sign some documents.
Do you at least have like a...
I learned nothing. Nothing was accomplished. So I'm guessing no, since also no new information was passed.
Yeah, okay.
But Ranger, that's not true. Now you know he's going on a vacation.
That is true. And at least he didn't forget about you.
True.
I guess that's a plus.
True. Consider the positives.
Huh? Well, I think we did it.
I did it.
But some of the pieces are missing.
I got that far in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it.
Were some pieces stolen?
I bet they were missing to begin with.
Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
Kind of understand how it got broken. Also, why do we care about this? Oh, it has blood on it.
Because it's at the scene of a murder, Tifa. A jar pieced back together from fragments found at the crime scene. A piece is missing. Wait! Oh my god! Do you know what we're looking for? Tifa?
What? Have we already seen that piece?
Nobody has, ever. In over 30 years. We are now pirates because we're looking for one piece.
I was like, wait, what did I miss in the previous cases? There was nothing. That was so bad.
I thought of that.
That was so bad.
And I fully committed.
Absolutely bad.
I hate unnecessary phone calls, so I'm positively annoyed.
I get that. Phone calls kind of make me anxious, and then especially if you have like the sort of delay that you sometimes have in meetings too, and then you both start talking at the same time because you don't see when someone starts talking.
I
and
am in so many meetings, I don't care about the awkward pauses anymore. Sometimes there's just a delay because of a transmission, and then I just talk. And if I suddenly talk over somebody, I just apologize, let them go first. I fully understand what you mean. I used to feel that way, but I've lost all of that.
I've been in meetings at work, I mean, that's alright, but like in phone calls, I have that really bad. I don't like phone calls.
Same.
Phone calls suck.
Same. I like emails. Don't remind me of a 4-week break. I mean, if we don't solve this case by next Friday, which is highly unlikely, he will have to live with a 1-week break because of our vacation. What a segue, thanks Ranger.
Oh yeah, Ranger, did you know that we're going... What is a saw and paint doing here?
What is a saw? Oh god.
Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression.
Hey, his blue badger was awesome. He used this for the blue badger. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here.
Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of a blue badger?
You did great on the blue badger.
Well, you might say this is my studio.
Here, in the evidence room.
I mean...
Gumshoe
it's this little computer there.
Gumshoe is a character.
Okay, I believe we got... Oh yeah, now we need to spray. Can I check that? No. How do we spray? Options? No.
No. I think the game decides when we do.
No. We're gonna spray... We're gonna...
There you go. We're going to disco mode. Do it with us. Oh my god, Tifa, please.
Already there. Do it on the floor.
That was real difficult.
They were talking about more blood. We already have the blood there.
Yeah, but to confirm it was blood and not just strawberry marmalade.
But we could already see this.
Tifa, Emma is like, what, 13 years old? I forgot.
It doesn't matter. This was already... Oh my god.
Now we know that the bloody handprint is in fact a bloody handprint. And at my tender age...
No. work on the phone for my job, and I'm glad to do these calls because it's a lot of info for a service, but everything our lender spoke about was just wanting to hang out with you. Hey, after you signed those documents, you're gonna get weekly visits, and you're gonna get birthday cards, and maybe an invite for dinner.
Is he just trying to be friendly, or does it seem like he's genuinely trying to make a connection with you?
It could, if it's like a real estate broker, it could also be that he just wants to stay friendly, connected, to make sure you sign the paper so that he gets his bonus paid out. Isn't that like a broker thing?
That reminds me kind of that meme. It's a super old screenshot, but now I think of somebody, I think it was a Twitter post, where somebody went like, "No, Amazon, I just bought a toilet seat because I needed one. You don't need to keep recommending and sending me emails about other toilet seats. I bought it out of necessity, not desire."
Don't you swap them every week?
No, I don't. Maybe your lender feels the same way. Like, oh, these people are buying a house. Clearly, they must be like real estate moguls, so they keep buying more if I'm nice to them. You know? Super friendly guy, it's just his personality. It's just not me, and definitely not me on the phone. I just want infos, answers, and goodbye. I feel like having this bubbly, extrovert personality definitely helps in that field though. Most people agree with that.
It's easier to do sales.
Yeah, I'm fully on your side though. Like if it's a business transaction, tell me what I need to know, and then the call should be over.
Like 5 minutes in, out, bye.
That's what she said.
I knew it! This is someone's right handprint. Oh my god.
Why are we here? Only to suffer?
What?
What's the matter, detective?
This locker. It's mine.
Say that again. He's like, wait, there was a bloody handprint on this
On
before?
my locker?
This was not there 5 seconds ago.
I've only spent like a week locked in here making the blue badger.
It's a huge business transaction. Trying to be in debt for the next 30 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of sucks that houses are so expensive.
And if you keep buying houses, it's even huger, and it's the next 60, 90, 120 years. Think of the money he can make.
But in 30 years, you have it paid off. It's yours, fully yours. You have something to pass on to your kids. That's good.
Yeah.
You gotta look in that way.
Exactly.
But the fact that you need to spend your entire life paying off a house, I find is kinda stupid.
Only 30 years. I mean, I agree that 30 years is a long ass time, and I wish it could go faster. But it's not your entire life.
No, well, that depends on the
life.
house you buy. I mean, I've looked at like apartments which were way too expensive for what you get for it, like not even
Everything
big.
here is now way too expensive.
And I would be paying it off until I'm like 70, 80.
Yes, like no thank you.
What's the... there's... I mean, yes, you pay for something that is yours, but still, it should be cheaper.
Talking
Housing
about things
should be
that are
cheaper.
yours.
It's yours?
Please. You have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, Pearls?
This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans.
Like, no one saw this bloody handprint. No one. It wasn't there.
Chief Gant is in on this. He's trying to cover it up, and there is a reason why Gumshoe is in this room. Like, he is covering this up hardcore, and the fact that they're getting away with all of this so far is honestly disgusting.
Gumshoe is innocent.
Yes, and also hugely incompetent.
I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can trust the police.
You can't.
No, not in this case.
What? But you're a detective. You wanna...
Keep spraying? Do it with us. Psh, 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 psh. Slide. Psh, 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 psh,
was thinking. I wouldn't have actually moved over.
Zoom in hands.
Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murder to touch this spot if he...
Oh, sorry.
If he fled out the door.
I thought you were done, but then you reset it.
Have I said the last word on the screen?
No, but usually I already press enter, like when you're at the last word to keep the flow going.
Maybe don't do that.
Oh, no, you just went like, oh, I'm not gonna continue my line.
Water. This just might be something significant.
Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, Pearl.
What this? It's called liminal testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I just bought $50 from the chief.
Where do you get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans.
It's just in case. I think we need to borrow $50 now too.
Welcome to the most annoying sounding stream on Twitch right now.
Oh, we can't talk about the...
Cool! Show him some evidence.
He's seen all of this, he's seen this, how about...
Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing!
That's fine.
You bet it's fine, Pearl.
Cool.
Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife.
Thank you very much.
I bet Edgeworth was the surprise. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone.
Because of the SL9 connection?
That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. It was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would evidence from that case turn up now?
Guess not over, Pearl. Maybe there are some loose ends left in that case.
Yeah, there were 3 loose ends left.
Nothing! I say nothing!
Oh, that's the photo.
That's the photo that Miss Starr took.
Anything you can tell us about?
That Miss Starr is quite the lady. Oh, I remember it was winter, I was 16. She was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened.
16? That's how old I am now. I wonder what happened.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe wore a trench coat in high school too.
It would be way too cool.
I'm sorry, what was this conversation? What? What?
I mean, well...
I am verily confused.
Let me just go through everything.
Yeah, we've done that.
Oh, this one. Why is this one always connected to...
The game literally tells you they're connected, Tifa. Why do you then try the other item?
Yeah, because I forget. I'm just going through the list.
You keep going through the same items, clearly.
No, I'm not.
This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say.
I agree.
But art is always misunderstood, Pearl.
Art? The badger looks great.
I was dancing around proudly on the day of the awards ceremony. There were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony. So they took the blue badger away for a while.
Really? Why?
Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful! I toiled night and day!
But it's literally their mascot. How is it shameful?
I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it.
What?
I don't. Stop being a hater, Nick.
That's a crime. Okay, still the same.
It's a different one.
Oh, it's a different one. Wait, let me skip through. I saw the switching. I thought it was the same thing. Okay.
So, Tifa, the parking stop and the knife are connected.
Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor's guy to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean, I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone must have, someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, like Angel Star.
Just in case. I could have just given that one.
No one calls for Blue Badger shameful and gets away unscathed. Yeah, I think it's time to use that knife for good of mankind.
I agree. He did an awesome job on that.
Not
I wouldn't be able to make
the
that.
haters, but to peel their grapes. Don't know why exactly that would help, but it's the first thing that popped up in my mind.
Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day.
Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pa. Got an award for diligence myself.
Ah, congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? I was thinking maybe it's the last missing piece of the vase. You think that fits?
Nah, I doubt it.
Oh,
Skinner.
look at Skinner learning
Thank you very much
German.
for the resub. And a German message. Wie geht es dir? How are you? Better than Tifa's earpiece, which fell out of her ear from shock. How are you doing? How is the heat treating you?
Kann ich meckern, no? Okay, ich kann immer meckern.
I can't complain. Ha ha ha, I can always complain.
I'm Dutch, I always do.
I'm German, I always
It's
do.
in my blood. It's in my genes. How are you doing, Skinner?
I was still exactly one sock for each pair.
I feel like that is brilliant.
Evil. Yeah, I will, when they are not paying attention, I will make their shoelaces get wet. But only their shoelaces. I'm streaming, so I don't have an extra heat source, so I'm good currently. Is it your PC or your lamp?
Is it that warm at the moment?
Heat wave, just like here.
Well,
Most
today
of
was quite nice.
Yeah, it's been raining most day.
Yeah, it really cooled down.
Can you get a new one with like LEDs that use less energy and therefore be less warm? That makes a difference.
Not looking to like the heart of summer later too. Like it's gonna be boiling in this room as well.
Yeah, same. Not good.
But, oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten.
And the last piece.
That's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card. These days everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax.
That's only because you always lose your card.
I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to?
Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system.
After 10 years, I also still don't know my ID at work.
Yeah.
I also don't need it, technically, so...
True, but I know where I can copy it if I need it. In general, when I stream, my PC gets hotter, but my LED light gives off mad heat. Or it just could be psychological because it's so bright.
No, I think those actually do give off, or can give off a lot of heat.
Some, yeah. Imagine though if it was like those lamps from like 20 years ago, those old light bulbs, which had like 40 times the energy drop. Those were really hot.
Yeah, but it all gets connected. Like you have the computer slowly heating up, you have the lamp, you have your headset, you have like everything around you. I don't know if you're like in the bigger room or a smaller room.
You have Tifa yapping next to you all the day.
That, I mean...
Yeah. That would be emotional. Yeah.
It's not nice during the summer.
Now that was a bloody violent case.
Violent? So it was a murder?
We know about the S-Online case. Why are we asking?
Because we don't know from him.
A serial killing.
A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all.
But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill.
Those are not rumors.
About forged evidence?
Those are not rumors.
It was supposed to be all cleaned up with a transfer the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
That he died? Oh, please, people, oh my god. Can somebody please explain to me why exactly we keep reiterating information we already possess? Is it, I'm trying to find reasons for this. Is it because we need multiple sources to back up the claims we heard previous sources make, so that we know they're bulletproof?
No, it's just a game thing in case
Or
you
is
forgot.
it just to pad out the gameplay time? Because...
No, it's in case you forgot. I'm quite sure it's just like a refresher for yourselves, which sometimes we need.
I would like it if a DLC case they added after the fact wouldn't be tutorial level explanations. Like,
Well,
he updated the autopsy report back then too. Yeah, true.
yeah.
Detective Goodman was a detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see?
So that switchblade knife.
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Makes sense.
Sometimes these conversations feel like they end really abruptly.
Yes.
Like here. And it's like, oh, he took it out himself? Done. I already went through everything. Besides these things that we just
Well, do
picked
those
up.
two as well.
Okay.
Because I feel like we've learned nothing new. And nothing that leads us to think about... Oh, Edgeworth maybe. You know, because we're now talking about Edgeworth. Didn't you start? Oh.
You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents.
What? Note the police department lacks faith in its lock system.
After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. At the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office.
So,
I got it.
What?
I got it. Wait. Why did I unplug myself in excitement? So, exactly, Tifa. Also, psh.
Okay.
Marshall impersonated Goodman. He just got a white trench coat, the hat, put his head in a ponytail or whatever.
He does have a hat on the cactus.
Yes.
That matches Goodman's hat, besides the print.
And I think the rubber glove has Detective Goodman's fingerprints in it or on it.
Okay.
So the reason the rubber glove was taken out was to recreate the fingerprint on the locker.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense. The glove was in the locker.
Yeah, it was taken out.
Somehow Marshall found a way to recreate the fingerprint to open the locker.
It's okay.
Then
I can
he
get
attacked
that.
Meekins. That way the alibi was supposed to be, oh, it can't have been Goodman because Goodman was here. How can he be in two different places? Let's confuse everything. How can he be dead if he wasn't?
I guess I'm confused as fuck still.
Marshall Erickson? No.
Marshall, I don't
I'm
even know
afraid
the
not.
other name. Johnson? No. I've got the name.
Nobody
that
cares,
was-
the sheriff
that was
do.
the last one.
Let's see if we can go meet Edgeworth. Let's
Right.
present the stuff to him that we found.
Can have a look. We gained this. This is Marshall.
The sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much evidence, much faith in evidence.
They didn't put any evidence in faith.
Tifa, I'm trying to read the lines faster before you click them away from me.
I didn't even click them away at that point.
But earlier you did.
Yeah, once. Like, stop coming up with excuses.
He doesn't look like a Marshall. Have you seen the guy? He looks like peak Marshall opportunity to me. Looks more like a Cassidy.
He doesn't look like a Cassidy.
Nah, that's a Marshall.
Well, the only thing that trusted was a shooting hand.
This is neither Wild nor West here.
But that and this are two different things entirely.
Suddenly I feel like watching that Will Smith movie. Was it called The Wild Wild West?
Yeah, that kind of slapped. Sorry.
I guess so. Oh, I'm lost.
Same. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Nope.
That is the same one.
That ain't it, Chief. Let's
This needs a skip button.
check the evidence log here. Nope. The floor plan with the bloody handprints jotted down on it.
I'll go through everything new in order. But...
Detective Howdy Man. That is now his name. Yes.
This is the last new thing we got.
Nope. Marshall don't care.
Then
He's above these things.
Let's start, just in case.
Nope.
Moving out.
Can we talk to Edgeworth now?
Let's have a look. Just in case, I'm going here first.
Nope.
Oh, I thought Gant might still be here.
My loves, I missed the Omori stream. Did we love it? Hello, Lale. Happy Friday. How are you doing? I do enjoy Omori. It's...
Also everything he said. How are you doing?
It's weird.
We're not
like
done
the
with
cute
it yet
parts
though. We didn't finish it yet.
Yes. No, we're nowhere close. Wait, no spoilers. No spoilers.
We never do spoilers.
It's a weird game and I like the cute parts. And I like the other parts as well.
Wait, I need to go here first.
Man, you Twitter, so I missed the tweets. How dare thou? That's fine.
All is good. Nope.
There will be more? Yes. I'm guessing we're about halfway through. I'm guessing, I do not know.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're anywhere near the end yet, honestly.
Yeah.
Who is this? Who is
this
what?
This is Tifa, this is Jack. What? Together we are my favorite letters, actually. Hello, Skinner.
Nice to meet you. And we're stuck again.
I dislike
talk to her. I don't want to give her anything though. Or maybe before we continue, I say we take a short break, and then we see. Nah, this one. Oh, you mean the lunch lady?
Skinner, on the crazy to hot scale, she is too far on the crazy. Trust me. I'll be keeping my tabs open so I miss no more. No more. I like it. Nice. Why didn't I think of that one yet?
She can serve me lunch. She would absolutely be up for it, Skinner, because she has like 10 boyfriends in the police department.
Yes.
I don't think adding one will make a difference at this point.
Who's this one? I'm Lale. I think you stand no chance with this one, though, Skinner, because I don't think you're in the police, are you? If you're a cop, you legally have to tell us.
Who says she only has cops as boyfriends?
So far. We only know about those.
Yeah, because we don't go around other places. It's about the connections. Anyway.
She's trying really hard to be a wingman here, Skinner. Me reading the text. Hi. Thank you very much.
BRB. And we're back.
Thank you very much, Benjima, if you can still hear us somehow.
Benjima said he already left, but wants a bean, so we'll have a bean in Benjima's honor.
You mean Hideo BRB and Jima? Thank you very much. I don't want any of these beans in my mouth.
No, at this point I think all of them are bad. Like they've just been soaking up each other at this point, I think.
Tifa, pick your poison.
Oh, this...
I don't know if this is peach or puke.
Cheers.
Tifa, clink me
The peach one is really nice. Cheers.
Oh, it's puke.
It's green apple.
Oh, that's a bad one.
It's a good one.
Benjamin, I hate you so much right now.
This tastes like a horrible Sunday 3:30 AM you had in the toilet bowl. Oh.
Well, mine was good, so I'm happy. It's okay to cry. I don't think water is gonna improve it.
Normally I just leave him here, but today I need to put him away.
What's your least favorite letter? That's actually a good question. What's your least favorite letter? I'm gonna guess the B for barf right now. The B for barf, the B for bean, the B for Benchima. Like, it's all connected.
My least favorite letter.
I love you though, Benchima.
Hi, Mommy.
I feel like you let the correct amount of time pass to still pull this off.
Yes. It's never too late to say hi.
No, that's very true.
My least favorite letter is...
Tell me I was correct.
Right now, all knowledge of the alphabet escapes me. My least favorite letter is... SZ. I don't know the English word. It's a German exclusive letter. It's this one. One that kind of looks like a B.
It's not a, it's basically a double S.
It's
in writing, or...
It's a long...
Is that a capital
soft
beta?
S sound. Actually, no, it's a long, sharp S sound. It looks like it could kick our B's ass. Me when SZ. Potentially, yes.
It looks like a fancy bee.
The thing is,
it's just bad at being an S.
In German, you don't actually use that anymore. So our keyboards have a letter that is not used anymore. It's that one.
I still use it.
No, you don't.
I still use it.
Then you're spelling the words wrong. Tell me a single word where you use that.
Gross. No, not Grüße.
Fuck,
Grüße.
I'm completely wrong. Oh.
Viele Grüßen. Schöne Grüßen.
Now I feel even dumber than I usually am. True. Sorry, I was thinking of all the instances that where that letter has been replaced with a double S in spelling. She has a point, yes.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
This is absolutely still used.
So y'all have tried to move a specific character, how very German. Look it up. It's called the Rechtschreibreform. That's when the spelling for certain words was changed. Honest Psycho.
Bruh, he's the true German out of us.
Psycho, I fully agree with you, but we cannot hate Skinner, he is speaking facts. I mean, tell me where he is wrong.
I thought it was about you not knowing the SZ.
Also, if that's the case, also
This is like a double bruh.
Bruh, bruh.
Bruh.
It's like a bruh, but spelled with the SZ.
And no, have not downloaded Exo Primal Beta.
I have not yet. I will do that after the stream. Thank you very much.
Is that the game for tomorrow?
Yes. Is how you would pronounce that. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a Belgian school, but I still had SZs in German.
It's still a thing. Don't trust Jack. I mean, he might be German, but you can't trust him.
In the few cases where you have a sharp S sound following an umlaut or a long vocal, you use SZ. Like in Gruß or Grüße, greeting and greetings in English. Yes, then you do. But yes, I will leave it at that. This is not a German grammar intricacy stream. In umlaut. Umlaut. Ü, Ö, Ä.
Yeah, those are the
funny ones.
Like that's those. Oh.
Well.
Oh no, that is correct.
Yes.
I thought
well
they
done,
were
Miss Native Speaker.
No, but on the laptop it looks like the little, not the dots, but the stripes.
That's the German Uwu. That sounds horrible, actually. I don't like it. I do know that stuff like crosswords, puzzles, and such. The SZ is written as SS. Yes, which is
doesn't make it any better.
Not really correct, but you can substitute if you are in a situation where you're writing something and you cannot use SZ because not available, you can substitute it with a double S. Yes.
Everyone will know what it is.
Yes. SSM. Yes is not called MSZ. SZN, because that doesn't make sense.
Gaming check. How are you doing?
Happy Friday. Also, my stomach hates that bean, as you could just hear. If there's more stomach sounds, blame Benjima. You know how to reach him.
We'll pretend it's more tender.
No, it's my stomach. my stomach goes and my chair does too. That one bean made me too heavy for this chair. That's how it is.
That's it. That's the extra weight.
I'll even give you his address. No, you don't. Not on this stream, at least. Talk? Tifa, why do you move to a place to find a character and then move again?
Well,
Present items to him.
I'm hoping for this thingy to show up, you know, when it's a new...
Present items to him.
When there's something new.
Talk to Meekins, please.
Fine.
Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this?
It's the standard one.
Nope. You could talk to Mr. Edgeworth.
He's not in the office.
Yeah, I know, but everything points to us having to talk to Edgeworth. Where's Edgeworth?
I agree, but...
64 Zoo Lane, Orlando 23569. I doubt that's where Benjamin lives. I don't know who else would live there.
What?
Is that the address to Disneyland?
I remember every time in like high school when I had to when I wanted to fill in like a fake address, I used Apple headquarters.
Same.
Like that seemed to be like the address that you put in and everything. Where did that even started, by the way?
That's why now the headquarters are in Cupertino. I think is how you pronounce it. Is it Cupertino or Cupertino? I don't know. I know how to spell it.
We have nothing to do here.
Today I learned 64 Zoo Lane is not an American show.
I've never even heard of that.
Way to dogs! In exchange, hey everyone, Skinner's address is P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way. I feel like this has to do with shows, and both of those references...
That's Nemo! Finding Nemo. You know, Dory is like P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. It's like the one few of things that she can actually remember, so she keeps repeating it because that's the address.
You know the weirdest thing? If I read it, I can't tell. But the way Tifa immediately goes into Dory mode. P. Sherman. She had me at P. Like I knew where she was going with this. The SZN from Pokémon Bratwurst Red and Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte Blue. Tifa, can you please take a screenshot of that? Because now I want to make a ROM hack exactly with that. And the only two changes will be the version name and that it's spelled SZN. Nothing else. Literally nothing. Make a screenshot of it, please. I will forget it otherwise.
I will take a screenshot for you.
I will at one point in my life make a Pokemon ROM hack. And those will be the edition names. Yes. Anyone has me at P too. Whatever you're into. Like, whatever works for you. We don't judge.
Let me send it to you here so that I don't forget.
Thank you, Tifa.
There you go.
Turns out the show 64 Zoo Lane is a product of UK and France.
I have never heard of it.
To take suggestions, a great Pokémon is Insurgents. We keep hearing this.
Isn't that really good. The one where you play as Team Rocket? Or was that a different one?
I think it's a different one. Insurgents is more mature.
We have definitely had talks about that one before, but I don't recall which one that was. Or was that the super hard one? No, that was also another one.
Could you take a look at this?
Oh, you!
Yes?
Hottie. And there we go again.
Skinner, what exactly is 64 Zoo Lane? Because to me that sounds like the trailer for a Nintendo 64 game that never got released. Anything with 64 makes me think of the N64.
What do you think Gaunt is?
Gant.
Gant.
I don't know. He's probably busy being gaunt somewhere. Ironically, one of my address bits truly is in the Finding Nemo one. Way to dox yourself. So if I were to use it as a fake It's either too close or genius, because why would I use one with an actual thing of mine in it? True. But given how weird some people on the internet are,
most people...
I would never risk it.
Yeah, but most people will assume it's fake because it comes from Finding Nemo. So I would think it's safe to use in that regard. Yeah,
I say no.
We have nothing for
I wouldn't risk it. I fully get it, but I wouldn't risk it.
How about we just keep sitting here?
That's honestly a good idea. Is there a rest button? So we just sleep?
Wait until he comes. Okay, I'm gonna go to every room and then we'll speak to everyone, or maybe here? No.
Can't watch that link right now, Skinner. I'm playing a video game.
Tell
me what that show is about. Well, where should we begin?
No, well, isn't it obvious? Yeah,
this is my answer to that, Emma. This.
We should begin with that, you know, that thing.
The mystery of a victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in 2 places simultaneously?
Oh, well, you see?
We should go to the police department. The evidence room, was it?
I'm not being very useful here, am I? We literally...
No, you're being very useful.
We just came from there. She has nothing.
Back to the place where we thought we were done. Neat.
But we were done.
Maybe we need to psh more.
We showed him everything, right? Wait.
Evidence room, Tifa. You're in the wrong place.
You sure have a lot of monitors in here.
There's 8 cameras in the evidence room and all. 1 for each section.
Which monitor shows the section where the crime took place?
Why do cattle sit before the rains come? That's not for man to know.
Unless you're the security guard responsible.
That was a very insightful conversation. Go back into the evidence room.
Wait, I want to have that recorded option. Okay, this is all the same.
No. He just really wanted to die. He died twice, just like Primate. Where is that from? I feel like I should know.
That I also do not know.
I'm really bad on my references.
Leather? Okay, no, this is also not new.
Those aren't pants, those are chaps. That's a poncho up there.
Ah, a poncho! Sure looks cool, but the name is a little silly.
You're silly, huh? It's from my brain. I like it, and now I feel better because I thought it's another reference, but I'm not getting it.
Cactus sure is prickly. Must be real.
Best keep your distance from Billy there. You're liable to get hurt.
Billy, the cactus has a name. The full name is William.
Billy, you're wearing your cowboy hat on your hand.
Ah, my rawhide. Rawhide. Ah, my rawhide cowskin 10-gallon hat. I just picked it up, but Billy took a fancy to it. Looks like it got stuck on the spines and he couldn't get it off.
And then the one who was actually in the evidence room was Billy.
That would be right.
Dum dum dum.
If I may link drop, I do have a funny Primark meme if you all want to see. Yes, yeah. If you can please post it in Discord, I can check it out later, because like right now I'm ignoring Skinner's link because
if you're not in Discord, you can drop it, no. And then we'll still
Why
look
did you
at
go
it later.
up there, Tifa?
I am the one on the controls.
Yes, and you're bad.
I was going into the station, back into the evidence room again.
You're doing badly.
No, you are doing bad. You
are
in the way of everything.
Stop
right now.
moving. Examine.
No, you stop moving. Also, the handprint is gone again.
Yes.
Is there anything we skipped here? Because there isn't.
I'm assuming direct control. Yes, Skinner. Busy. Imagine that.
Now, Tifa.
Yeah, what are you gonna present here?
I can't do it again. Okay, yeah, so that rules out that.
We already got everything we need.
If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar.
There are 2 things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? And doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke.
I somehow have a feeling this is not a jar.
It's a vase.
It looks like an artisanal butt plug. with a handle for some reason.
It's too like Ramadan.
It's multiplayer. At least one person to hold and the other to enjoy, I guess.
I have no clue why that's going to be important.
I'll make sure to remember it the next time I make a draw. Okay. So...
I am confuzzled. We got everything. To be stuck again.
I put in memes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Tifa, if you were a clue that we're missing, where would you be?
I have no clue.
Have you presented every single thing?
Yes, we did.
No, you haven't. Detective, here's my attorney's badge.
You show that to me every time we meet, Pearl.
Yeah, not
Real
me.
men show their police badge. Enough said. Hello, youth. Did you know that only real men work at the police? At least that's what this character is saying.
Happy Friday, how are you doing?
How are you doing, youth? How was your stream? What have you been making? Wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Well, you have the guest card.
True. Dang, he toxic. Yes, kind of. A little bit.
We are very toxic to him, though. So I feel like he can do it back to us. Yes, we keep blaming everything on him. We keep telling him he's bad at his job in his face, that he's sloppy.
Those are facts.
No, 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 I feel that's mean.
Tifa, have you ever heard the saying, if the truth hurts, it's...
No, 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 it's me.
It's not the truth's fault?
It's me. And he's also telling the truth.
You gaslight us, you, apparently.
You do show that badge to him every single time.
Actually, no, it's you.
No, that is you, because you gotta go show the badge.
My favorite letter is you.
My favorite letter is no you.
My head is kind of itchy.
Okay, we're stuck. We're stuck again.
So, we kept being told to talk to Edgeworth. Have we been everywhere?
Maybe because that little bit of the vase we missed, because we had to talk to the vase pieces again, was enough of a trigger for him to not be there. So now...
What's a pirate's favorite letter? R. Please tell me I'm correct. Please, I have to get one of these at some point.
You know the worst thing? I was thinking of the same thing, but I was gonna say A, because if you spell ARG, it's usually ARGH. It's hard.
I think this is my permanent favorite. Your face when Tifa. I'm crying. Yes.
Why are you crying? It's late, okay?
No, it's not. It's not that late.
Yes, it is.
It's 10:30.
It is late if you only sleep 3 hours.
It's eggs, obviously. I mean, it should be.
X is the best letter, honestly.
Then it is eggs, because eggs marks the spot.
That's actually a good one.
I know, right? 10:30, yes, it's 21:38.
Yes, that's late.
Also, Youth was okay, hit a creative brain block earlier. What do you do when you do that? Couldn't make the thing I was working on, so I restarted from the beginning.
Did that help?
It's not bad, I do. But right, I think I did successfully figure out how to make a bag to hold my... I am very happy that you have invented the bra. Nice.
No. Wait, boba as in boba tea.
Wait, yeah,
do you have bags to hold boba tea?
Am I imagining a typo that wasn't there, because I was thinking booba. But it could be boba.
A bag to hold my
But it could be boba as in boba tea. Now I'm confused.
I like how the first thing you think about is a Boberetti.
Listen, Youth has made clothing items before. For all I know, I didn't get to watch the stream because I'm here streaming myself. For all I know, she could have crocheted a bra.
You cannot save yourself out of this. You cannot talk yourself out of this. Perfect.
So you're saying undergarments for women existing and me knowing that makes me a pervert?
No, it's
when it was
mind.
your mom that gave me a butt plug? Are we going full circle?
Your
Yes.
mind immediately going there when the first thing is obviously bubble tea.
I have to apologize because I live with Tifa 24/7 and I'm so used to having to interpret what somebody is saying that sometimes, even if there are no typos, my brain goes into Tifa mode and tries to interpret things that were and were.
That's a nice save. Also, Skinner, you are absolutely wrong, and that's the only thing I'll say about that.
One more, I guess I can deliver a punchline.
Okay, it's not arc. Or it's not A, it's not
Arc
R.
is not a letter.
I'm out of guesses. B, P.
P or B?
P.
I have no idea.
Must be awkward, right? And Angel just staring at each other,
Well,
just
get used to it.
blinking in shock.
Yeah,
but
they bond over this.
But a bubble tea bag, though, how does that?
Can you imagine a bottle bag but for cups? That's...
I also can't imagine a bottle bag, honestly.
I mean, it could be handy to carry around, but yeah.
I need to look up a bottle bag later.
I can't say I've ever used an item like this, but then again, I'm also a backpack kind of person. Like I don't have anything else usually on me when I'm going anywhere that holds items.
Jima, they're saying the time wrong again. No, you guys are saying the time wrong. Like seriously, that's...
Skinner, I know Brexit
That's a Brexit thing.
Brexit has hit you guys hard, but you do remember that time zones exist, right? Or are you so British you believe we all should be in your time zone?
No,
I don't
it's
think...
because of the 9:30.
I don't care. I think the British never colonized Germany. Out of all the other places? No, not Germany. Not whatever. Crap, actually, technically you did. You were one of the Allied forces during World War II. I take back my previous statement. I failed. Character must be wearing a black bra to mourn the death of Reddit. Potentially, yes. Potentially. Imagine a coffee cup sleeve, but fabric.
I also can't imagine a coffee
now I get
cup
it.
sleeve.
I've seen those
What's a
before.
coffee cup sleeve?
It's a sleeve that goes around your coffee cup to hold it warm, for example. Or not make you burn your hands when you grab it.
Oh, okay.
Half past the hour for y'all is 9, therefore it's 9:30. No, it's
yeah,
not.
half past the hour 9. So you have 9, we go half past, so you have 9:30. Which means...
No, Skinner.
Yes.
N-O.
Your explanation
Y-E-S.
even says it.
Skinner. 9:10. Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Skinner is trying to keep us from getting through this game.
Brexit has messed with these people, I'm telling you.
See what you're trying to do there. You will not make sure that the murderer gets away because we can't solve his case. Have we shown her these three things?
It's the British way of time reading.
Yeah, but you guys also drive on the wrong side of the street.
It's the wrong way of time reading, you.
Exactly. 9:30 in it.
Well, now it's 9:45, but 15 minutes ago it was.
No, Tifa, it's 9:15. Let's show her every single thing.
I already did that.
I forgot about that.
She has nothing for us.
Also, what is this supposed to tell us? This is gonna be important at some point, I guess.
That's where the handprints
Yeah,
were.
I know, but who cares?
It's going to be important later. I mean, that means someone moved.
Let's make 9:45 a thing. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
technically it's 44 minutes past 9.
Or 16 minutes to 10.
Yeah, like, gotta be precise.
German precision.
I'm so confused.
Let's call him. A work desk. It's quite tidy as one might expect.
What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. What desk is hard to use though?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
Are we talking about IKEA where you still need to assemble it?
Please, one of you very worldly people, can anyone explain to you, have any of you ever been in a situation where you thought, if only this desk was easier to use?
This isn't very user-friendly.
It's so... How could... What? No, it makes no sense.
It's because you can't tell the time. Exactly, you can't tell the time. That's what we've been trying to tell you.
Yes.
Oh, this is still the...
Then we talk about stealing something from Edgeworth.
Yeah, I've been stuck enough. Let's call it a night and figure this out.
No,
on
you.
Sunday.
I'm gonna get out my secret ace up my sleeve.
What is your secret ace?
A walkthrough.
Yeah, but still,
Then
then
the
we
investigation
get there and then
part,
we
right?
call it a night.
So we have been to... Where have we been?
Do we know when the next Amori is so I can mark it? On Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday are our Amori streams. What time? Well, same time as usual.
2 hours
7...
and 46 minutes ago.
What's 7 in time zones? Well, yeah, that.
2 hours and 46 minutes ago.
Basically that. Also don't read too...
Okay, so guess what, people? We forgot something.
What did we forget?
Court record. Spray. Everybody, do it with me.
Wait, we still had to spray here.
Psh, 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 psh.
Wow, you are so out of... You don't have a rhythm.
Yes, I'm white.
Like, how do we...
Did I...
Ew!
Oh, would you look at that?
For real.
Yep.
This is all thanks to your pshing. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you, Psycho. Thank you, Mommy. Thank not Tifa, because she pshed out of my rhythm.
You are very bad at pshing. When I pshed, there was like a... There was a pattern to it. There was a pattern you could follow to the pshing. Here there's like no pattern at all.
This blood must be from when Lana...
No! My sister isn't the murderer!
But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged.
Hey, just whose side are you on?
Justice. This has nothing to do with taking sides. So this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Also, that's a funny phone number, like 1632?
Wait, zoom in again.
That's not possible.
Then move that thing aside.
I do agree you should have pshed at the beat of the song. Okay.
I know, right?
Next time.
What?
9:30 is 9:30.
It could...
Welcome back, Benjima. Your bean has killed my stomach, and you're wrong.
It could be that she tried to dial 911.
Possible.
The blood is on the 9 and the 1.
But we can still psh.
Slightly better. 9:30 is 9:30.
Wait, I click here? Did you see that?
No, 9:30 is 8:30. But bye, Benjamin. Make sure to teach your kids well.
Yes, please. There was a whole thing about the oil can.
Yeah, that it had water in it that washed the blood away.
Can you tell that I'm desperate to move on with this game?
There you go, a non-UK channel explaining that you're wrong. I ain't clicking that.
Nah. That's a lie from Big Brexit.
Uncle Brexit paid for that video.
Uncle Boris. Where else would you think blood is gonna be, Tifa?
That's it. That's it.
Why was there such a hype around the oil drum cans and now there isn't?
Because it washed away the blood. Why would there be blood on it?
I hate it. Court record.
What do we do with this newfound?
Yeah, what do we do?
Our phone. Let's see if it works.
Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching.
I can't hear anything. Oh, I already touched it. My ears! No, my ears! Oh, we've already had this. Maybe it's due to the pressure. Maybe see if Edgeworth is now there.
I am very confused.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. I'm not stopping tonight until we see Edgeworth.
Excuse me? So, we're pressing this button.
Didn't even save. Evidence room. Yes, we've done that.
We're stuck again.
Meekins,
person might be able to buy you, but not me. That video is wrong. And after stream, I'm going to report it for spreading lies.
Yes, you should.
I'm quite sure YouTube has some kind of rule against that.
Hey Tifa, remember when you did a thing earlier? Wouldn't it be really funny if sometimes you have to do something twice for it to work?
What was it? See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Nah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot.
The number on this is 5842189.
Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. But he said he wasn't allowed to show us until he knows whether it's case related. Look, the fourth number! It's a perfect match! What changed in the meantime?
It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing.
Prisoner 24601. I was thinking of that the first time we saw that number, funnily enough.
Look down, don't look in the eye.
We should watch Les Miserables.
I will not watch Les Mis again because I'm not ready to ruin an entire day from a massive headache. It's Detective 11037, I tell. Yow.
Should be. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. What did he do?
Pointed a knife at him.
Okay.
But it could also be that his card got stolen.
If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins?
Alright, compadre, you win. Guess I can't give you this ID card record.
There we go. IDs of all who entered the evidence room on 2/21. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Detective Boobies, know you. Funny Les Mis quote I heard from a YouTube video ruined me. I died laughing.
Life without Cosette is no life at all.
Dude, life without Cosette was life for you until 5 minutes ago. Have you never experienced a moment like this where you set eyes on somebody and in your mind you're already married for 20 years and like you've already lived your life together?
Like after you know what you're missing and then it's like this big hole that's being left.
Yes. Also, wait. Present Jack is gonna leave a gift for future Jack. Watch. I can't save the game here. No!
But you can also move to the headquarters already. Or to the...
I'll move you to the headquarters.
To the room where Gant probably is.
I don't care about Gant. Gant is not my friend anymore.
Oh, that is also very true.
No, but maybe yes if this includes anime girls. Yes, it does. Yes, it do be doing that.
No.
This case, I'm very happy it's the last one, because if all of them were like this, I don't think I would have made it through the game. The amount of back and forth is approaching my levels of maybe not.
Well, honestly, it was the same in all the other stages, but it was a tiny bit clearer where the next path was. There was the same going back and forth there. Like, that didn't change. It just feels more now because you're doing it more, because you have no clue where to go.
But Damon Gant, for all the things I feel like this episode does well, there's like 1.1 things it does badly. So far, I feel like. Like, I think the whole idea of having an episode where like the chief of detectives, chief of police are like clashing because there's some mystery plot on why some people want to cover up this murder of one of their colleagues because of implications of other things. That is super cool. You can make that super complex. I'm into the story. I'm even getting used to Emma and all that. But the back and forth...
The story can use a little bit of cutting in the sense of not repeating the same thing with every character. I mean, it makes sense, but it's done in a way where I think, like, well, now it's a bit...
I feel like this one should have been edited down a bit. I don't hate how it goes, but the back and forth... oh, you should really talk to Edgeworth about this. You should really talk to Edgeworth.
But
okay,
where
cool.
is he?
Let's go find Edgeworth. Move, 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 and no Edgeworth.
Yeah, and then you have the option for hints in your office, but it's completely useless. Like, it doesn't do anything. Maybe like, hey, maybe we should like investigate the scene some more so that you know, oh, we still need...
And then you do the talk of shame where you go to your sidekick character like, please tell me what to do. And the sidekick character goes, why don't we go back into room A? And then you go to room A and you find nothing. Because you weren't supposed to go to room A, you were supposed to go to room B.
I hope nobody's done this before. Every time is a first shrift. How are you doing?
Yes, they have, but it doesn't matter because you are the third shrift. And nobody can take that away from you. Hello, shrift.
No, the first shrift.
Happy Friday.
Who is third? There's only one shrift.
Fair. True. And you will never be third in my heart.
You're playing Tales games, I love them, but I travel so far just to have to go to 6,000 different places when I'd love if it was like Breath of the Wild and the quest logs just update instead of a middleman to get to the new prompt. Yeah, that would be really helpful. I
exclusively play those games with a walkthrough open. To just like, okay, I'm supposed to do this thing, I go there, I walk around for 30 minutes, I'm like, nope. If I don't look this up, I'm gonna start dropping the game at some point.
Where was the 6 tofu? It was just easier than saying, let's see, what is it, 4,774, no wait.
Bajillion different places.
4,700,074, I'm actually, my mind isn't working. Never mind. That's where the 6,000 comes from.
One number that wasn't in the... I think you should hire Wendy, it's a very great Edgeworth finder. Yeah, that would be nice. Or hear me out, if they make these games jack-proof. Like if there's a button, like hint. That would be cool. Like at all times during the gameplay, there is a heads-up display that tells you which buttons you can press to do things. It would be super swell if one of the buttons was like hint.
What was it? I think Danganronpa did that quite well. When you leave, they go like, oh, we're not done here yet. There's more here.
Yes,
So you can't leave a room without actually having everything you need from that room.
Yes.
Like, that's handy.
I feel like mostly evident in this case and a little bit during the previous one when we were like running around back to God Lake and back and forth. I would like it more if it was less open world in that regard. Like a bit more linear. Or if at least there were hints. Like, I don't know, like Maya or Emma going like, hey Phoenix, do you think we're done here already? Do you think we got everything? You know, something like some throwaway line that seems like it fits the situation, but also not just like, I've got something.
Yeah, not how it works.
I would need that. Dual Destinies has a to-do list that tells you all the things that have to be done. Not necessarily in the correct order, but still. I love that.
That's also nice. I'm not sure if it's a to-do
list. That's the 5th one, right? That feature needs to be implemented earlier.
Yeah, I don't feel like here that might fit as well. Because you get, well, you can edit as you go. Like, it seems more random where you go often to find things.
Starting Sunday, I will have technically 7. You know what I mean. But yes, 5th. Huh, thank you very much. I will have the walkthrough open in the background because I want to get done with this episode. Tifa. Is there somebody for us to rate?
There is not.
Wow. Funnily enough, you can't see that, but Tifa backed me up on this. It tells me I can rate youth right now.
Yeah, because you didn't refresh the thingy yet. That's why I look.
Hey Twitch, do you really think people who are streaming refresh the dashboard every 2 seconds?
Don't worry, youth, you're offline on my end. It's just that he didn't update or refresh the stream manager or something, I guess.
Quick show of hands for everybody who's streaming themselves. Do you refresh the dashboard regularly while streaming? Why would you do that?
No, but I mean, that's probably why it still shows youth online.
Fix your website, Twitch. Nope. Exactly. That's what I was going for. Yes. Yes.
You're absolutely offline, do not worry.
Show person with a strange hair. I need this. I need this. 4 left it live. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Tifa, press the button. And maybe tonight you can get some sleep. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us. We'll be back on Sunday, same time as always, with hopefully more than the progression we did today. See you then. Bye. Bye.